In this video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Dave Johnson. Uh, I'm the author of the atheistjourney.com blog, and this YouTube channel is also known as Atheist Journey. Um, I'm most interested in talking about things relating to uh, religion, atheism, but also consciousness, free will versus determinism, uh, and science versus religion, you know, many different subjects that are tangentially related uh, to religion and atheism. What qualifies me to talk about these things? Well, I grew up Catholic, raised in the Catholic Church. My father was Catholic. My mother converted to marry my father. I attended Catholic grade school for the first 5 years, most of grades 1 through 5. And by grade 6, I think the effects of Vatican II had begun to set in, and there were other issues. And so my parents decided to put me in a public school, which I think turned out well. Not to say that the Catholic education was a problem at all. I think it was very good, in fact. I um, I have a PhD in cognitive science, neural networks, and related topics. My dissertation topic was speech production, so very closely connected in the literature to uh, speech and language, and indirectly to consciousness, which I think is a very directly related to free will and uh, that whole subject. So I also have a bachelor's degree in engineering physics and a master's degree in applied mathematics. I was an engineer for 20 years, and also I'm currently an adjunct professor of mathematics. And so I teach math on a regular basis. My students uh, really don't know anything about my um, these kinds of beliefs. We don't talk about that in the classroom. More focused on trying to teach them mathematics. But I just turned 65, so wanting to continue to contribute, and so looking at ways to share whatever little bits of thinking that I have um, and have done over the years. um, I spent several years as a member of a liberal Christian church, and I wanted to expand my understanding of Christian belief and also satisfy certain social needs, which I think anybody who has ever been a member of a church knows. There are a lot of people who, variety of different um, backgrounds. Many of those people were questioning their religion. Some of them were even atheists. The minister of the community understood that I was an atheist, and um, I felt accepted by virtually everybody uh, in the church group. Um, so now, how did I come to be there? Even well, um, I I wanted to be a priest when I was a little boy. Uh, Around 7 years old, I had memorized part of the Latin Mass. I had an altar in my uh, bedroom, and we going to Catholic grade school, you end up going to church just about, well, I would say at least once a week, but we actually went, I think, more often, several times a week to Mass. So some of you might think that I'm highly indoctrinated into uh, the Catholic religion and Christianity. How could I possibly be an atheist? Well, around the age of 10, and some of you will think that that's very young, um, maybe too young to make that kind of decision, I came to the conclusion that there was no room for God in the universe. I had started reading about astronomy and physics and the other sciences, and I understood physical law, at least to the extent that a 10-year-old can possibly understand that. And so, for the next 15 years or so, I argued with anybody who would listen to me. Maybe not for the first couple of years, because I was afraid that God was going to strike me dead for doubting his existence, but uh, eventually came to be comfortable with the idea that there were a lot of other people who believed like myself, and I, in fact, I had a high school teacher who told me that I was an evangelical atheist, uh, and he said that in a kind of a complimentary way, I think. Um, but I always respected the people who did still believe in God. And to this day, I have very close friends who are Christians and other uh, religions, and I have great admiration for them. I think part of the reason that I started the Atheist Journey blog and want to promote it further on this YouTube channel is that I think that society and civilization is not ready to dispense with God. I think from a psychological point of view, and there may be neurological issues involved that predispose most people to believe in a transcendent power. Um, in fact, Jordan Peterson, who I admire greatly, would even, I think, question whether it's possible to say that you don't believe in God or that you do believe in God. Those both of those beliefs are kind of bizarre in a lot of ways. And so I want to explore some of these ideas going forward. I'm going to keep this short. Really, this is just an introduction, and I hope you'll come back and listen to me again.